to myself.
Oh, okay.
Responding to myself. All right, Mr. Dean, and your client is Ms. Sunrises?
That's correct, Your Honor. This,
I'm gonna copy this. Hold on 1 second. Let me find her on my docket sheet. All right.
Yeah.
Versus Sarah Sunrises, case Z8086681, charges operating while intoxicated, blood alcohol level 0.17 or more. Counsel, your appearance for the record, please.
good morning, Your Honor. Timothy Dinan, P49499, appearing on behalf of Ms. Sonrises, who appears to my left, and we both consent to having this hearing on Zoom today, Judge.
Thank you. Ms. Sunrises, if you can raise your right hand, the court will swear you in, please. Do you swear or affirm testimony about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I swear.
You can lower your hand, your name for the record.
Sarah Maria Sonrisas.
All right, counsel, how are we proceeding today?
Your Honor, today was scheduled as a show cause hearing. We were last before the court on August 11th, 2022. We did appear that day. We did meet with Mr. Rosenthal. That's how I got the discovery that I have. But when we left the breakout room, we were cut off from Zoom and couldn't get back on.
Okay.
So all we're seeking is another pretrial date, and I would also like to file a motion on that date.
Okay. Madam Clerk, did you send me the dates for today? Yes, you did.
Your Honor, yeah, but I realized there's an error on there and I just realized that. I apologize.
Okay. Hold on.
So, because that was the date we used yesterday. Just 1 second, I get the date right away.
Okay.
I'm going to use the 23rd, Your Honor.
All right. Oh, you need a.
Oh, I'm sorry. February 23rd at 8:35 a.m.
Counsel, will that give you enough time to file the motion?
It will, Your Honor, and is this going to be directed to Judge Kennedy?
No, I don't know.
Okay.
We could file the motion, but I don't know, Your Honor, if it would be directed to Judge Kennedy. So I don't know.
I think I think Judge Kennedy is going to, because you got new judges school coming up and she's moving to landlord tenant, and I forgot who's coming over to do her docket. So it's going to be, just put it in courtroom 333.
Well, Your Honor, I'll direct my motion there, and I'll stay in communication with Mr. Rosenthal on the court.
Yeah, okay. All right. Do we need to address anything regarding bond? Was bond already addressed previously?
It had been, Judge.
Okay. Mr. Rosenthal, anything you need to address regarding bond?
No, Your Honor.
All right. That concludes his hearing. You all have a good day and stay safe.
Thank you, Your Honor. Happy New Year. Thanks for your time.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Mr. Edison, who you got?
Yes, Jamal Edison. It's up for review.
Okay. Got you. Is Jamal Edison present?
He was present, but then his internet went out, but he had reported in and checked in earlier and was in for a while.
Okay. Is that what you're here on, Officer Bramich?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Hold on, let me check and see. Mr. Edison. No, I just see Jeffrey. Okay. Can we proceed with in the absence of him?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. This is People versus Jamal Edison, case Z8081451, charged with operating while visibly impaired. This matter is set for review. Your appearance, counsel?
Jeffrey Edison, on behalf of Jamal Edison, P25912, I would request to waive his presence. He was present earlier for some time in his internet bill.
No worries. And Madam Probation Officer, your appearance, please.
Yes, Jasmine Burnich on behalf of the Probation Department.
Okay. Can you give us an update, Probation Officer?
Yes, Your Honor. The defendant was placed on probation for a year. Today was the date and time set for discharge. He has completed all stipulations on the order of probation with the exception of one thing. It stated that he had to pay all fines and costs and clear all warrants. He does have 7 active warrants, and they're under the judge for courtroom 333. So we were asking that he be given a date to clear the warrants, and then I would discharge him after that time.
Wonderful. And can we issue the date of the February 23rd at 8:35, Mr. Addison?
Your Honor, I was thinking, because he's ready to resolve those warrants, if we can get a date as soon as possible.
Possible. Madam Clerk, is there a date that you can squeeze Mr. Jamal Edison in?
January 11th.
Yes, that's fine.
At 8:35 a.m.?
Yes.
All right. Okay, we'll see you and your client then, Mr. Edison.
All right, thank you. Have a continued
Okay.
day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Ms. Brennan.
You're welcome.
All right, Mr. Davis, who you got?
Yes, good morning, Your Honor.
Morning.
I have Tina Ellis. She might be in a breakout room.
I left her in the meeting with you.
No, she's not. I don't see her. She's not here. Maybe she
Okay.
snuck out. Let me see. Miss Ellis.
She was having some internet issues. Her Comcast was
Yeah.
a problem. Okay. I know it logged her out at one point. I believe this is a trial date, and I'm asking for a dismissal. I don't believe there's an officer present.
Okay. Hold on, let me, my docket sheet is like 10 pages long, so trying to find somebody's name is like a needle on a haystack.
Oh, yeah.
Got you. And counsel, before we go on the record, Mr. Rosenthal, did Officer Clayton check in?
No, Your Honor, I believe that was a retained counsel. We don't have officers on this case that did check in, Your Honor.
Okay, this is People versus, Miss Ellis, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, this is People versus Tina Ellis, case Z8086931. Counsel, your appearance?
And Maurice Davis, P76203, appearing with Tina Ellis, who's present, appearing via Zoom.
Mr. Rosenthal, your appearance, please.
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. May it please this honorable court, Matthew Rosenthal for the people, P84807.
Thank you. Ms. Ellis, if you can raise your right hand, the court will swear you in. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes.
You can lower your hand, your name for the record.
Tina Ellis.
All right, this matter is set for trial today. How do we need to proceed?
There's no officer present, Judge. At this time, I'm moving to dismiss.
Anything from the people?
Yes, we just asked that this dismissal be without prejudice, Your Honor.
All right, this matter is set for trial today at 9 a.m. It is now 10:53 a.m. The issuing officer having failed to appear, the people are unable to proceed at this time. This matter will be dismissed without prejudice at this time. Without prejudice means the people can reissue this matter if they so choose to, Ms. Ellis, but for right now, it's dismissed, okay?
Okay.
All right, if there was any bond posted, that shall be refunded at this time, and all bond conditions are defendants released from any bond conditions. Anything else for the record?
No, nothing else. Thank you, Judge.
All right, that concludes your hearing, Ms. Ellis. Have a great day. Stay safe.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye. I think that's it for retained counsels. Ms. Harris, you ready to go? Cherica? Oh, she's gone.
And we did take care of Miss Brimage. We should be having everybody situated, Your Honor.
Let me see who's on this phone. Good morning. Who's on the telephone ending in 6945?
Diane Smith.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you, ma'am.
Diane Smith.
Still can't hear you. Can you, it's a little muffled.
Diane Smith.
Okay. Diane Smith.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I have you checked in. Just hold the line for me, please, Ms. Smith.
This the 36th District Court, right?
Yes, ma'am. This is courtroom 333. You're in the courtroom now.
Ooh,
I'll place you
Lord.
later. Good morning. I'm just gonna
Thank
put you in the
you,
waiting room. Just hold the line, all right?
Okay.
Okay. Ms. Harris, you ready?
I am ready, Your Honor. I attempted to help the court by placing obviously my last name and then how the case is going to be handled in parentheses, if that helps.
Yeah, it does. Okay, so I'm gonna bring in all the dismissals.
Okay. Donovan Stewart is also a no officer, so that should have been marked that way also.
Well, let me bring in Mr. Stewart. Donovan Ashton Stewart? Oh, I got you. Okay.
Yes.
Mr. Stewart, are you there? If you can unmute your device so that we can hear you. Donovan Stewart? Okay, let me. There you go.
Sorry.
That's all
Yep.
right.
Yep, hello.
This is People versus Donovan Stewart, case SP 1353411. Charges driving while licensed improper, and count 2 is reckless driving. This matter is set for trial today. Counsel, your appearance.
Good morning, Your Honor. Good morning to the staff. May it please this honorable court, Chair Harris, P 72832, on behalf of Mr. Stewart. Mr. Stewart, please state your name for the record.
Donovan Ashton Stewart.
Your Honor, today is the date and time set for trial. Complaining witnesses failed to appear. Defense moves for dismissal.
This matter is set for trial today, 8:35 a.m. The issuing officer, that being officer, it appears to be Dennis Hodina, Podina, has failed to appear. It's now 10:56 a.m. This matter will be dismissed without prejudice at this time. Mr. Stewart, without prejudice means the people can reissue this ticket if they so choose to, but for right now, it's this. Are you shirtless?
No, I was just changing my shirt. I just had something on it. I'm sorry. I didn't want to do that on camera.
Okay. Case is dismissed. Have a good day, sir.
All right, you too.
All right. Kevin Stewart. 1 second.
Kevin
Stewart.
Okay. The next one is Kevin Swift. He's already in the courtroom.
Thank
It's
you.
page 1 if your
Thank you.
docket is not
Thank
double
you.
spaced, page 2 if it is.
Chef's kiss to that. Thank you for drawing my attention to the page number. Okay, this is People versus Kevin Swift, case SP 129788411, charge of driving an unregistered motor vehicle. Mr. Swift, can you state your name for the record, please?
Kevin Swift.
All right, counsel.
Chair Harris, on behalf of Mr. Swift, he has presented valid documentation. I believe the people agree with the dismissal.
Is that correct, counsel?
That is correct, Your Honor.
All right, and just for the record, your appearance.
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. Matthew Rosenthal for the people, P 84807.
All right, stipulation of probable cause needed?
No, Your Honor.
All right, this matter will be dismissed. Mr. Swift, that concludes your matter. Have a great day and stay safe.
You too.
All right,
Thank
bye-bye.
you.
Ms. Harris, do you have co-hosting capabilities?
I have them, Your Honor,
Yes.
as well.
Yes,
All
I
right.
do. So I'm bringing in Jeff Evans now.
Thank you. You just bring in people as they're ready and tell me where they are on the docket. Oh, Mr. Berry.
Okay.
I'll take care of him. Mr. Jeffrey Evans, can you hear me? Jeffrey Evans, can you hear me? Just unmute your device, sir.
Yes, ma'am. How are you?
I'm well, thank you for asking. How are you?
Good.
All right, this is People versus Jeffrey Evans, case SP 1295121, charge of driving unregistered motor vehicle. Counsel.
Chair Harris, on behalf of Mr. Evans, please state your name again, sir.
Jeffrey Evans.
Yeah, he has presented valid documentation. We would ask the court to adopt the recommendation to dismiss.
All right, this matter will be dismissed since you prevented valid documentation, Mr. Evans. That concludes your hearing. You have a great day and stay safe.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Bye.
I brought in Eric Stevens, Your Honor.
Mr. Berry,
Yes, Your Honor.
are you retained or House Counsel?
House Counsel, Your Honor.
Okay, all right. Good to see you.
Good to see you, Your Honor. A real joy.
All right, this is People versus.
It's Eric Stevens and it's on page 6. Sorry.
Oh, that's all right. Mr. Stevens, if you can unmute your device so that we can hear you, please.
Yep, I'm unmuted.
All right, thank you. This is People versus Eric Stevens. This is case number SP 1300481, charged operating without a valid license. Counsel.
Chair Harris, on behalf of Mr. Stevens, please state your name, sir.
Mr. Stevens.
Eric Stevens.
Thank you.
Your Honor, he has provided valid documentation. We would ask the court to dismiss. I believe the people are in agreement.
All right, Mr. Stevens, since you prevented valid documentation, this matter will be dismissed at this time. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, that concludes your hearing. You have a great day.
All right, you also.
All right, bye-bye.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I am bringing in Damon Stewart. I believe he is also on page 6. We are asking for a trial date.
This is People versus Demond Stewart, case SP 136456061, charges alcohol-related violation. This matter is set for show cause. Mr. Stewart, can you state your name for the record?
Demond Stewart.
Thank you, counsel.
Sherika Harris, on behalf of Mr. Stewart, for purposes of arraignment, he will stand mute, waive formal reading. We are respectfully requesting a not guilty plea be entered on his behalf, and he is waiving his right to jury trial, requesting a trial by judge.
Court will enter a plea of not guilty for purposes of arraignment. Mr. Stewart, you understand you have a right to a jury trial?
Yes.
Anyone threaten you, force you, or promise you anything to get you to give up your right to a jury trial?
No.
Your not guilty plea will be continued. This matter will be set for a bench trial on the 23rd of February. Madam Clerk, are we still using that date? I don't think I got the same list that you sent yesterday.
Yes, Your Honor, the
Okay.
23rd. Yes.
Oh, yes, I did. Okay, we'll set this matter for a bench trial on the 23rd of February, 2023 at 8:35 a.m. 8:35 a.m. on the 23rd of February. Do you understand?
Yes.
Conditions of your bond are no driving without a valid driver's license, insurance, or registration, okay?
Okay.
All right, sir. That concludes your hearing. You have a great day. Stay safe.
You too.
Bye-bye.
It's Mr. Sahak, and we are requesting a trial date.
Morning.
What page is he on?
Oh, page 2.
This is People versus Abdullah Sahak, case SP 131474551, charges driving while license suspended. Counsel.
Sherika Harris, on behalf of Mr. Sahak, please state your name for the record, sir.
My name is Bella Sahak.
For purposes of arraignment, he would stand mute, Your Honor. We are respectfully requesting a trial date. He is waiving his right to jury trial.
Are you waiving formal reading?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, the court will enter a plea of not guilty. Mr. Sahak, do you understand you have a right to a jury trial?
Yes.
Anyone threaten you, force you, or promise you anything to get you to give up your right to a jury trial?
Repeat that, please.
Yeah, did anyone threaten you, force you, or
No.
promise you anything to get you to give up your right to a jury trial?
No.
Your not guilty plea will be continued. This matter will be set for a bench trial on the 23rd of February, 2023 at 8:35 a.m. February 23rd, 2023 at 8:35 a.m. Conditions of your bond are no driving without a valid driver's license, insurance, or registration. Do you understand?
Let me just put it down real quick. February 22nd.
No, sir. February 23rd. February 23 at 8:35 a.m.
At 8:45.
8:35 a.m.
All right.
Okay. No driving without a valid license, insurance, or registration. Do you understand?
I understand.
All right. That concludes your hearing, sir. Have a great day.
Thank you. You too.
Bye-bye.
Bringing in Cedric Smith. He is on page 4. His matter was actually already adjudicated. He just needs to pay.
All right. This is People versus Cedric Smith. This is case number SP 1253073. Charges no operator's license on person. Mr. Smith, your name for the record? Cedric Smith, unmute your device so that we can hear you, please, sir.
You hear me now?
I can. All right. Can you state your name for the record, please?
Cedric Smith.
All right, Mr. Smith, I'm just looking up your case now. Give me 2 seconds.
Okay.
You had a guilty plea, just this past November. Are you working?
Yeah, I'm at work right now.
Okay, how much time do you need to pay? And the balance is $250.
Week after, I just got back to work. We had a 2-week shutdown because of the holiday. So I just got back. So I week after next.
How about I give you until the close of business, January 31?
That's great.
Okay, close of business, January 31. You either pay it online at the 36th District Court. You can come down or you can visit any DivDat kiosk in the city of Detroit, okay?
Okay.
All right, Mr. Smith, anything else?
No.
All right, have a good day. Stay safe.
I just need to pay, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thanks.
All righty, you're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bringing in Tyrese Sanders, page 1. It's plea FTD and blockading.
All right, this is People versus Tyrese Sanders, case number SP 1292832. Charges no insurance misdemeanor, count 3, driving while license suspended, count 1 is no registration. SP 129433021, charge of disregarding a traffic control device. Mr. Sanders, if you can unmute your device so that we can hear you. If you can raise your right hand, the court will swear you in. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
You can lower your hand. Can you state your name for the record?
Tyrese Sanders.
All right, Mr. Sanders, it's my understanding you wish to waive your trial rights and tender a plea of responsible and guilty pursuant to the plea offer. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that by pleading guilty, you give up your trial rights, which include the right to have the prosecutor prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt? You give up the right to testify at your trial, have witnesses appear on your behalf. You give up the right to be silent at your trial, not have your silence used against you, and you give up your right to an automatic appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that if you are currently on probation or parole, tendering a plea of guilty could impact your status? Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Did anyone threaten you, force you, or promise you anything other than this plea offer to get you to plead guilty and responsible?
No.
Are you pleading guilty and responsible on your own free will?
Yes.
And are you pleading guilty because you are guilty?
Yes.
Sir, I'll draw your attention back to January 11, 2022, 5:54 in the evening. Were you operating a 2002 Chevrolet near 2nd Avenue in the city of Detroit?
Yes.
Your license suspended at that time?
Yes.
Counsel, you satisfied with that?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
Court is well satisfied will accept the guilty plea, will amend that to a failure to display. And counsel, are you and your client stipulating to the face of the ticket for purposes of the factual basis on the responsible plea?
So stipulated, Your Honor.
Court is well satisfied will accept the responsible plea, will amend that charge to disregarding a traffic control device to a blockading traffic, will dismiss the remaining matters with the stipulation of probable cause.
So stipulated, Your Honor.
Those matters are dismissed. Counsel, anything you'd like to say on your client's behalf?
Respectfully request leniency in terms of any fines and costs imposed by the court, and we would ask for some time to pay any balance due.
Mr. Sanders, anything you would like to say?
Thank you. Happy New Year. All blessings. Thank you to the prosecutor for accepting my plea. And I would like to add, could you please give me a little time to pay this ticket, please?
Sure. Okay, the blockading carries a fine of $175. For the misdemeanor failure to display, the court will impose a fine of $25, mandatory court cost of $190, and a $25 attorney fee. $240 is due on that. Your all-in total is $415. Are you able to pay that, sir, or do you need community service? And if you do community service, that would be 27 hours.
No, I'm gonna pay it.
Okay. So Michigan court rule mandates that you pay today. Pursuant to Michigan court rule. Are you able to pay today?
No.
Okay, when can you pay?
In like 30 days.
Okay, are you working?
Yes.
Okay, give me one moment. Pay by the close of business February 10th. That's a Friday. Close of business.
Can I get like 45 days, if you don't mind?
February 17th?
That'll work.
Okay, pay by the close of business February 17th, okay?
Okay.
You can pay it online at the 36th district. It's a total of $415.
Okay.
Pay at the court, physically in the building, on the court website, or visit a DivDat kiosk, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, Mr. Sanders, you have a good day and stay safe.
Thank you. Thank
All right, bye-bye.
Mr. Sanders, do you have other devices logged into the courtroom?
Oh, yeah, I was trying, because my phone was dying.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure before we remove those. Okay.
Yeah, I cut it off.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you too. Thank you as well.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Y'all have a blessed day.
You too.
You too. Thank you.
Bye.
Bringing in Sanford Summerlin. That is page 6.
Sanford Summerlin, can you hear me? Please unmute your device so that we can hear you. All right, this is People versus Sanford Summerlin, the second case, SP 13152042. Charge is driving while license improper, and count 3 is no insurance misdemeanor. Counsel, do you know what happened to count 1?
I do not, Your Honor.
Let me see. Count 1 was speeding. Mr. Rosenthal?
It's not paid, is it, Your Honor?
It's not. 170, 125 is due. Mr. Rosenthal, are you there? Do you have Mr. Rosenthal's mobile number, Ms. Harris?
I'm sending a message to him right now.
Okay, let's see if you can do something about that 1 to 5 over. And we'll handle some other cases while they're working on. Let me see who's on this device. Who is IPH?
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I had to briefly check in with 133.
That's all right. Mr. Summerlin has a speeding 1 to 5 over in default. Is there any way we can take care of that?
Absolutely, Your Honor. Mr. Summerlin, was it in default?
Yeah, it's a 1 to 5 over.
I just want to see, what is he pleading to, Your Honor? If you don't ask me, I'm just looking through the docket.
It's a plea to improper plates dismissing the license matter. If we could dismiss the speeding, that would be great.
That's fine because it's just 1 to 5. I'm fine with that.
Okay. All right. Give me 1 moment. Sir, on the iPhone that I just brought into the courtroom, what's your name?
Abdullah.
Abdullah what?
I just had a question for my
We did
appointment
his
on the
case.
23rd.
Yep, go ahead.
Was the court meeting the same number to join the Zoom?
Yes, sir.
All right. This is the only question I had. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
All right, bye.
All right, back on the record with Summerlin Sanford. Counsel, your appearance.
Sherika Harris, on behalf of Mr. Summerlin, please state your name for the record, sir.
Sanford Summerlin.
All right, how are we?
Your Honor, at this time, he is going to enter a plea pursuant to the recommendation wherein he will plead to the no insurance. It would be amended to improper plates. The other 2 counts will be dismissed.
Okay, Mr. Summerlin, if you can raise your right hand, the court will swear you in. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes.
You can lower your hand, your name for the record.
Sanford Summerlin.
Mr. Summerlin, it's my understanding you wish to waive your trial rights and tender a plea of guilty pursuant to the plea offer. Is that right?
Yes.
Do you understand that by pleading guilty, you give up your trial rights, which include the right to have the prosecutor prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt? You give up the right to testify at your trial and witnesses appear on your behalf. You give up the right to be silent at your trial, not having silence used against you. You give up your right to an automatic appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Do you understand that if you are currently on probation or parole, tendering a plea of guilty could impact your status? Do you understand that? I didn't hear you.
Yeah.
Did anyone threaten you, force you, or promise you anything other than this plea offer to get you to plead guilty?
No.
Are you pleading guilty on your own free will?
No.
Are you pleading guilty because you are guilty?
Yeah.
Sir, I draw your attention back to February 16, 2022, 7:24 in the evening. Were you operating a 1985 Chevrolet near Elmhurst in the city of Detroit?
Yeah.
Was that vehicle uninsured at that time?
Yes.
Counsel, you're satisfied?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
Court is well satisfied, will accept the guilty plea, will amend the no insurance to an improper plate, will set aside the default on the civil infraction and dismiss that matter pursuant to the people's recommendation, as well as count 2, the driving while licensed. Counsel, anything you'd like to say on your client's behalf?
Respectfully request leniency in terms of any fines and costs imposed by the court. We stipulate a probable cause for the dismissals.
Thank you. Mr. Summerlin, anything you'd like to say on your own behalf?
No, ma'am.
Court will impose a fine of $25, mandatory court cost $190, a $25 attorney fee. $240 is the total amount due. Mr. Summerlin, are you able to pay that, or do you need 16 hours of community service? 15 hours. Are you able to pay that $240?
Not today.
Okay. When can you make payment?
In 2 weeks.
Okay. Pay by the close of business. I'll give you until the 31st of January. Close of business January 31 to pay. You can pay it online at the 36th District Court website. Visit any DivDat kiosk or come down to the courthouse to pay, okay? All right, sir, that concludes your hearing. You have a great day and stay safe.
All right, you too.
All right, bye-bye. Ms. Harris, are you frozen? Let me kick her out. Okay, you're back, Ms. Harris. Mr. Berry, do you have anyone ready? You want to present?
Yes, Your Honor. We have breakout rooms 3 and 5 can be brought into the courtroom.
Oh, Ms. Harris, are you there?
I'm here, Your.
Okay. Your internet's getting spotty.
It is. I think I'm gonna switch to a different device.
Okay.
But that concluded all of the litigants that I had spoken to for the day.
Okay. Who are these people in the waiting room?
They're my people, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. And everybody's been spoken to?
I believe so.
Okay. I'm gonna start from the bottom up. I'll bring in Miss Sonia Evans.
Okay. Where is she?
All right, if everyone can just keep their devices on mute until I call your name. Miss Sonia Evans, can you hear me? Miss Sonia Evans, if you can unmute your device, Miss Evans.
This thing keep popping up.
There you go. This is People versus Sonia Marie Evans, case SP 1212241, count 1, allowing an unlicensed person to drive, count 2, no insurance. Counsel, your appearance.
Elwood S. Berry Jr., P28880, on behalf of Miss Evans. State your full name, Miss Evans.
Sonia Marie Evans.
Your Honor, Miss Evans requires a bench trial on these matters.
All right. Miss Evans, do you understand you have a right to a jury trial?
Yes.
Did anyone threaten you, force you, or promise you anything to get you to give up your right to a jury trial?
No.
Your not guilty plea will be continued. You'll return back to this Zoom courtroom for a bench trial on the 23rd of February, 2023 at 8:35 in the morning. February 23rd, 2023 at 8:35 in the morning. You are issued a personal bond. Conditions of your bond are no driving without a valid driver's license, insurance, or registration. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, that concludes your hearing, ma'am. You have a great day and stay safe.
Okay,
Do you have
can
any
I-
questions?
Yeah, because this was what we talked about.
Okay, what do you want to do, Miss Evans?
We take where I paid for the $240. So now I don't know what I wasn't trying to go to court.
Okay, so your options today are you can enter into a plea offer and plead guilty. Is that what you wanted to do? Or you can set this matter for a trial.
I don't even want to go to court. I'm sick. And plus I've been in a car accident. It's
I'm
almost
sorry. I'm sorry. I just lost the beginning part of what you said.
okay. I was in a car accident in 2020, so I was unable to drive. That's when the car got sold. So now I'm going through all this stuff for this. And he told me, so I was just gonna take the plea.
No, and I'm sure Mr. Bear,
So I wouldn't have
I don't know, but let me tell you this.
keep
I
going
can't
through
take
this.
I can't take a guilty plea from people who aren't guilty. Legally, you have to be guilty in order for me to take a guilty plea. If you tell me you're not guilty, I can't enter a conviction for something that you didn't do, which is why you have to have a trial date. I can't take a guilty plea if you're not guilty. So that's why you're getting a trial date. So come back on the 23rd of February at 2023 at 8:35 in the morning, okay? Ms.
Okay,
Evans,
thank you.
okay, have a good day. Bye-bye.
You too. Mhm.
Ms. Sims, it looks like you're at work. Let's take care of your case. Give me one moment.
Good morning.
Good morning. This is People versus Tamika Sims, case SP 127666701, expired plates, SP 127666711, unregistered motor vehicle, count 2, no proof of insurance. Counsel, your appearance.
Elwood S. Berry Jr., on behalf of Ms. Sims. State your full name, Ms. Sims.
Tamika Joanna Sims.
Your Honor, Ms. Sims has valid documents, insurance, and registration, as well as a valid, her license is not involved.
Right. And are the people agreeing to dismiss this matter? Do you know, Mr. Berry?
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'm back. Who's that for, Your Honor?
Tamika Sims.
I believe so, yes. Mr. Barry, that was an
Yes.
individual we did speak about.
Yes.
Sims. Yes, Your Honor, for Tamika Sims, that will be a dismissal.
All right, Ms. Sims, since you did present valid documentation, all three of these matters will be dismissed. If there have been any warrant fees or costs issued, then they will be waived and you will owe no money. Do you understand?
Yes,
All right, that concludes your hearing, Ms. Sims. You have a great day and stay safe.
thanks, you too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, Ms. Surgott, are you ready?
Ready, Your Honor.
All right, this is People versus Nicole Marie Surgott, case SP 1314016, count 1, leaving the scene. Is that a pedestrian accident, I believe? Count 2, failure to produce insurance. Count 3, failure to report an accident. This matter is set for a pretrial. Counsel, your appearance.
Elwood S. Berry Jr. on behalf of Ms. Sergo, I believe, in any event, Your Honor, she requires a bench trial.
Ma'am, can you state your name for the record?
Nicole Marie Surgott.
All right, this matter is being set for a pretrial. Ma'am, it's my understanding you wish to waive your jury trial rights and strike that. You wish to continue your not guilty plea and set these matters for a bench trial. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Do you understand you have a right to a jury trial?
Yes.
Did anyone threaten you, force you, or promise you anything to get you to give up your right to a jury trial?
No.
Your not guilty plea is continued. You'll return back to this Zoom courtroom for your bench trial on the 23rd of February, 2023 at 8:35 in the morning. February 23rd, 2023 at 8:35 in the morning. Your bond and bond conditions are continued. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, that concludes your hearing, ma'am. You have a great day and stay safe.
I have one question. How would I be able to contact my court-appointed lawyer between now and February 23rd?
Well, it'll probably be a different attorney. I don't know if, I don't know how court-appointed attorneys are. Are you all following cases now, Mr. Berry, or is it different people every day?
Oh, it's different people every day.
Yeah, so you will have there will be a different attorney, like Mr. Berry's here today, there will be a different attorney on your date of trial. So if you want to have your own attorney consistent, you would have to hire your attorney. The court-appointed attorneys that we assign on a daily basis, they vary from day to day.
Okay. Is there a way that I would be able to get any reports or discovery pertaining to this case?
Yes, you would need to file a discovery request. Let me think a second. I don't know the process. How are we assigning attorneys, appointing attorneys on cases now?
Yes, Your Honor, I believe what is best is they're gonna have to call the courtroom clerk, and we're gonna have to go through, I can't remember the name, not Miss Pruitt, but just a certain,
Judge Ruth Carter.
Ruth Carter, that's right, Judge Ruth Carter, and that way, we can get everything figured out for them, but they can call the courtroom clerk and then we can get all their information down. I can the courtroom clerk, do you have a pen and paper?
Yes, sir.
It's going to be area code 313.
Okay.
965 2286. And I'd probably call, what would be best, Madam Clerk?
Definitely not now.
Right.
2 o'clock, after 2 o'clock, please.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome, Ms. Surgott. Thank you, Mr. Rosenthal and Ms. Harris and Madam Clerk. Ms. Surgott, best of luck to you. Have a good day and stay safe.
You too. Thank you very much, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Happy New Year.
You too. All right. Whoever needs to be brought in from the waiting room, you all tell me. Bring them in.
Let's see. Scarber. Stephanie Scarber.
Got you. Thank you, Ms. Harris. Ms. Scarber, if you can unmute your device so that we can hear you. Ms. Scarber.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. This is People versus Stephanie Scarber, case SP 19. Strike that SP 1091792, count 1, driving while license expired. SP 1244175, driving while license suspended. Count 2, open alcohol in the motor vehicle. Counsel, your appearance.
Elwood S. Berry Jr. on behalf of Ms. Scarber. State your full name, Ms. Scarber.
Stephanie Scarber.
Your Honor, Ms. Scarber would avail herself of the people's offer to allow her to enter plea to failure to display. The remaining matters regarding her license and the open alcohol charge to be dismissed.
All right, for arraignment purposes, are you waiving formal reading standing mute?
Yes, Your Honor, yes.
All right, court will recall any outstanding warrants. Ms. Scarber, if you can raise and enter not guilty plea on your behalf, if you can raise your right hand, Ms. Scarber, the court will swear you in. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes.
You can lower your hand, your name for the record.
Stephanie Scarber.
Ms. Scarber, it's my understanding you wish to waive your trial rights and tender a plea of guilty pursuant to the plea offer. Is that right?
Yes.
Do you understand that by pleading guilty, you give up your trial rights, which include the right to have the prosecutor prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt? You give up the right to testify at your trial, have witnesses appear on your behalf. You give up the right to be silent at your trial, not have your silence used against you, and you give up your right to an automatic appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Do you understand that if you are currently on probation or parole, tendering a plea of guilty could impact your status? Do you understand that?
Yes.
Did anyone threaten you, force you, or promise you anything other than this plea offer to get you to plead guilty?
No.
Are you pleading guilty on your own free will?
Yes.
Are you pleading guilty because you are guilty?
Yes.
Ma'am, I draw your attention back to July 7th, 2020, 11:08 in the evening. Were you operating a 2015 Kia in the city of Detroit?
Yes.
Was your license expired at that time?
I believe so.
Counsel, you satisfied with the factual basis?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
Court is well satisfied, will accept the guilty plea, will amend that to a failure to display, will dismiss the remaining matters with the stipulation of probable cause.
So stipulated, Your Honor.
Matters are dismissed. Counsel, anything you'd like to say on your client's behalf?
I have nothing now.
Ms. Garber, anything you would like to say on your own behalf?
No.
Court will impose a fine of $25, mandatory court cost of $190. There's a $25 attorney fee. I do see that the Secretary of State imposed a $45 license reinstatement fee. $285 is the total amount due, ma'am. Are you able to pay that, or do you need community service for the court fines and costs?
I can pay it, but I need time to pay it.
Can you pay it by the close of business on January 31st?
I can't make any guarantees. That might be too soon. Can I get longer?
Are you working?
No, I'm not.
Okay, so how do you plan to pay? Why don't you want to do community service?
I can pay it. I can come up with the money, but I just didn't want to say January 31st and it don't get paid by then.
Okay, when can you pay?
February 10th.
Okay, pay by the close of business on February 10th. You can pay it online at the 36th District Court website. You can visit any DivDat kiosk, or you can pay it online at the, or come down to the courthouse and make payment, okay?
Okay.
All right, that concludes your hearing, ma'am. You have a great day and stay safe.
You as well.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Who's next?
Mr. Stallworth, Your Honor. Yeah.
Mr. Stallworth, if you can unmute your device, thank you. This is People versus Damone Stallworth, case SP 129688811, charges allowing an unlicensed person to drive. Count 2, no insurance on a motor vehicle. Counsel, your appearance.
Elwood S. Berry Jr. on behalf of Mr. Stallworth. State your full name, Mr. Stallworth.
Damon Maurice Stallworth.
Your Honor, Mr. Stallworth requires a bench trial.
Mr. Stallworth, it's my understanding you wish to waive your jury trial, continue your not guilty plea, and set this matter for a bench trial. Is that correct?
Correct.
All right. Do you understand you have a right to a jury trial?
I do.
Did anyone threaten you, force you, or promise you anything to get you to give up your right to a jury trial?
No.
Your not guilty plea is continued, sir. This matter will be set for a bench trial. You'll return to this Zoom courtroom on the 23rd of February, 2023 at 8:35 in the morning. February 23rd, 2023 at 8:35 in the morning for your bench trial. Your bond and bond conditions are continued. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
That concludes your hearing, sir. You have a great day and stay safe.
You too.
All right, bye-bye. Next.
Roderick Evans.
Mr. Evans, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, this is People versus Roderick Darnell Evans, case SP 1281870, count 1, driver's license number required, count 2, no insurance misdemeanor. Counsel.
Elwood S. Berry Jr. on behalf of Mr. Evans. State your name for the record, Mr. Evans.
Roger Evans.
Your Honor, Mr. Evans would avail himself of the people's offer to allow him to enter a plea to failure to display and the remaining matter to be dismissed.
Mr. Evans, if you can raise your right hand, the court will swear you in. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes.
You can lower your hand, your name for the record.
Roger Evans.
Mr. Evans, it's my understanding you wish to waive your trial rights and tender a plea of guilty pursuant to the plea offer. Is that right?
Yes.
Do you understand that by pleading guilty, you give up your rights to a trial where the prosecutor had to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that you were guilty? Do you understand?
Yes.
You give up the right to testify at your trial, have witnesses appear on your behalf. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You give up the right to be silent at your trial and also not to have your silence used against you. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You understand that if you are currently on probation or parole, tendering a plea of guilty could impact your status. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Anyone threaten you, force you, or promise you anything other than this plea offer to get you to plead guilty?
No.
Are you pleading guilty on your own free will?
Yes.
And are you pleading guilty because you are guilty?
Yes.
Sir, I draw your attention back to back to December 14th, 2021, 5:14 in the evening. Were you operating a 2009 Chevrolet near Cadillac in the city of Detroit?
Yes.
And were you doing so without ever having obtained a valid driver's license?
Yes.
Counsel, you satisfied?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
Court is well satisfied, except the guilty plea will amend that to a failure to display will dismiss the remaining matter with the stipulation of probable cause.
So stipulated, Your Honor.
That matter is dismissed. Counsel, anything you'd like to say on your client's behalf?
I have nothing to add.
Mr. Evans, anything you would like to say?
No.
Court will impose a fine of $25. Mandatory court cost of $190 is a $25 attorney fee. $240 is the total amount due. Mr. Evans, are you able to pay that or do you need 16 hours of community service?
Well, I'm not in Detroit right now. I'm in Ohio, taking care of a sick family member. So, like, is there any way I could do community service out here?
No, we do require community service in the community where the violation was committed. So you would either have to return here or I can give you time to make payment.
I'll do the payment. I'll make time.
Okay. Michigan court rule does mandate fines and costs be paid on the day that they are assessed. Are you able to pay the date or do you need time?
I need time.
Okay, when can you pay the $240?
Probably like next month.
Can you pay by the close of business on February 3rd?
Yes.
Okay, pay by the close of business February 3rd. You can pay it online at the 36th District Court website. If you're in Detroit before then, you can come down to the courthouse to pay, or you can pay at any DivDat kiosk in the city of Detroit. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, anything else, Mr. Evans?
No, ma'am.
All right, that concludes your hearing. You have a great day and stay safe.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Who's next?
Shanice Smiley.
All right. Ms. Smiley, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, this is People versus Shanice Smiley, case SP 1209427. Count 1, no operator's license on person. Count 2, no insurance misdemeanor. V1212521, no dog license. V121252221, failure to vaccinate a dog. V121253321, animal cruelty. V1221721, failure to tether a dog. These matters are set for show cause. Opinions for the record.
Elwood S. Berry Jr. on behalf of Ms. Smiley. State your full name, Ms. Smiley.
Shanice Smiley.
Your Honor, Ms. Smiley requires a bench trial on these matters.
Ms. Smiley, it's my understanding you wish to continue your not guilty plea and set these matters for a bench trial. Is that correct?
Yes.
Do you understand you have a right to a jury trial?
Yes.
Did anyone threaten you, force you, or promise you anything to get you to give up your right to a jury trial?
No.
Your not guilty plea is continued. These matters are set for a bench trial. You will return to this virtual courtroom on Zoom on the 23rd of February, 2023 at 8:35 in the morning. That's February 23rd, 2023 at 8:35 in the morning. Your bond and bond conditions are continued, which include.
I'm sorry.
What was your question?
You said February 23rd at
8:35 a.m.
35. Okay.
Conditions of your bond are no driving without a valid license, insurance, or registration. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, that concludes your hearing, ma'am. Have a great day. Stay safe.
You too. Thank you.
Who's next?
DeAndre Sparks.
Okay. Mr. Sparks, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, just locating your name on my doc. Give me 2 seconds. All right, this is People versus DeAndre Sparks, case SP 13645-651, charge of driving while licensed and proper. Counsel.
Elwood S. Berry Jr. on behalf of Mr. Sparks. State your full name, Mr. Sparks, for the record.
DeAndre Darren Sparks.
Your Honor, Mr. Sparks would avail himself of the people's offer to allow him to enter a plea to failure to display.
Mr. Sparks, if you can raise your right hand, the court will swear you in. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Sparks, you got to put a shirt on. I mean, you got to put a shirt on.
My bad. I've been
This
sitting
is
here
a
for so long.
professional environment. I mean,
Yeah, sir, or anyone for
You
that
gotta put a shirt
matter. If you were in court, you guys wouldn't be coming in with no shirt. So just please, out of respect of the judge, make sure you guys are all situated when she does call your case. Sorry, Your Honor.
all right. Where did I leave off? Yeah, let me swear you in again, Mr. Sparks. Do you swear or affirm testimony about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
You can lower your hand, your name for the record.
DeAndre Sparks.
Mr. Sparks, it's my understanding you wish to waive your trial rights and tender a plea of guilty pursuant to the plea offer. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand that by pleading guilty, you give up your trial rights, which include the right to have the prosecutor prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to testify at your trial, have witnesses appear on your behalf. You give up the right to be silent at your trial, not have your silence used against you, and you give up your right to an automatic appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that if you are currently on probation or parole, tendering a plea of guilty could impact your status? Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Anyone threaten you, force you, or promise you anything other than the plea offer to get you to plead guilty?
No, ma'am.
Are you pleading guilty on your own free will?
Yes.
Are you
Yes,
pleading
ma'am.
guilty because you are guilty?
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, I draw your attention back to June 20th, 2022, 1:53 in the afternoon, where you're operating a 2001 Chevrolet near Toledo in the city of Detroit.
Yes, ma'am.
Were you doing so while your license was not valid or otherwise improper?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, you satisfied?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
Court is well satisfied. Will accept the guilty plea. Will amend that to a failure to display. Counsel, anything you'd like to say on your client's behalf?
Nothing to add, Your Honor.
Mr. Sparks, anything you would like to say on your own behalf?
No, nothing to add.
Court will impose a fine of $25, mandatory court cost $190, a $25 attorney fee, $240 is the total amount due. Are you able to pay that, sir, or do you need 15 hours of community service?
I could do the community service.
All right, you'll have to contact probation. Let me give you their telephone number. Give me one moment. Do you have pen and paper with you?
1 second. I'm ready for the number.
All right, this is for the 36th District Court Probation Department. It's 313
313
965
965
3414.
3414.
Yes, you need to contact them. Let them know that you need to do 16 hours of community service. I'll set a review date about 60 days out. Your review date will be Monday, March 6th.
Okay.
At 8:35 in the morning. You'll return back to the Zoom courtroom with documentation that you've completed the community service. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And you need to give that documentation that you completed the community service to probation. And you need to do that at least 7 days in advance because they're going to have to call the service location to confirm that you completed the community service. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so don't come back on March 6th without having shown probation the documentation. Are we clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that concludes this hearing, sir. Have a great day. Stay safe.
Okay, you too.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Next.
Kirk Sweeney.
Mhm. Mr. Sweeney, if you can unmute your device so that we can hear you, please. All right, just unmute your device for me, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
This is People versus Kirk Sweeney, case SP 1370337, count 2, driving while license expired, count 3, narcotic drug related violation. Counsel, your appearance, please.
Elwood S. Berry Jr. on behalf of Mr. Sweeney. State your full name, Mr. Sweeney.
Kirk Sweeney.
Your Honor, Mr. Sweeney would avail himself of the people's offer to allow him to enter a guilty plea as to narcotics charge on the basis of a 3-month suspended sentence.
Mr. Rosenthal, he has a count 1, failure to signal on turn or leaving curb. That's in default. It was a civil infraction. Can we dismiss that?
Absolutely, Your Honor, per plea of the charge discussed by Mr. Berry.
Okay. Now I'm not working with the full ticket. Madam Clerk, do you have the tickets with you?
Turner, I do, but it will take me a while to go through. I can find it. Yes, for Kirk Sweeney.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just for the factual basis on that, unless you are able to voir dire your client to the factual basis, Mr. Berry.
I can actually maybe pull up the ROA, Your Honor.
Yeah, I'm looking at the ROA and I don't know if it was is it loitering?
Oh, hold on. I'll check real quick, Your Honor, too. 6.
It just says narcotic drug related.
And that's what it would be, Your Honor. I just want to see if it has, you know, the information where in Detroit it was located.
Somewhere in 8 Mile.
8 Mile.
Unless you want to swap the plea.
No, I can't, Your Honor.
Understand.
I know.
How about we handle some of these other?
I have it.
Oh, sweet.
Thank you, Madam Clerk.
You're welcome. 1 second. Let's see. Paraphernalia prohibited. Possession of drug paraphernalia prohibited.
Okay. All right. I called the case. Okay, Mr. Sweeney, if you can raise your right hand, the court will swear you in. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes.
You can lower your hand, your name for the record.
Kirk Sweeney.
Mr. Sweeney, it's my understanding you wish to waive your trial rights and tender a plea of guilty pursuant to the plea offer. Is that right?
Yes.
You understand that by pleading guilty, you give up your trial rights, which include the right to have the prosecutor prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to testify at your trial, have witnesses appear on your behalf. You give up the right to be silent at your trial, not have your silence used against you, and you give up your right to an automatic appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You understand that if you are currently on probation or parole, tendering a plea of guilty could impact your status. Do you understand that? Anyone threaten you, force you, or promise you anything other than this plea offer to get you to plead guilty?
No.
Are you pleading guilty on your own free will?
Yes.
Are you pleading guilty because you are guilty?
Yes.
Sir, I'll draw your attention back to July 12th, 2022, 4:56 in the evening. Were you somewhere near 8 Mile in the city of Detroit?
Yes.
Did you have in your possession narcotic and or drug paraphernalia?
Yes.
And you had no legal authority to be in possession of that, is that right?
Right.
Okay, counsel, you satisfied?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
Court is well satisfied, will accept the guilty plea, will accept the delayed sentence on that, and will dismiss count 2, the driver's license expired, will set aside the default on count 1 and dismiss that pursuant to the plea offer. Counsel, anything you'd like to say on your client's behalf?
No, Your Honor, I have nothing.
Mr. Sweeney, anything you would like to say on your own behalf?
No.
All right, court will impose a fine of $25, mandatory court cost $190, a $25 attorney fee, $240 is the total amount due. Mr. Sweeney, are you able to pay that?
Not today, but yes, I can, yeah, eventually.
When can you pay it? Or do you want community service? It would be 16 hours.
No, I'll pay it, but I mean, at least like a month or two, I can pay that.
I can give you a month, February 3rd.
That's perfect, yep.
Okay, pay by the close of business on February 3rd, 2023. Well, here's the thing. It's a 3-month delayed sentence. I usually dismiss as soon as it's paid. So do you want the full 3 months to pay it?
That should be like 3 months. You have 3 months, so you'll have 3 months like the probation thing.
Well, I mean, I'll definitely be able to pay it within the month, so. But yeah, I'll take the 3 months.
Okay. As soon as it's paid, we'll close it out, okay? So 3 months would be April 5th.
Okay.
Okay, by April 5th, you can pay it online at 36 District Court website, visit a DivDat kiosk or come down to the courthouse and pay it, okay?
Okay.
All right, that concludes your hearing, Mr. Sweeney. Stay safe.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye. Who's next?
I'm not aware of a next, Your Honor.
I got 2 Mikhail Sammies, Donald Stevenson, Marisha Skurlock, and Diane Smith. Ms. Harris, do you have any?
I do not, Your Honor. Sorry.
All right, let's see what Mr. Stevenson, that's up for review. Let's see what he's got going on.
I don't think Ms. Diane Smith spoke with the attorney. She came and checked in late when Your Honor got here.
Gotcha. Did anybody, you know what? Let me admit all, and I'll leave. You all call me when you're ready.